Let me ask you something nobody has ever asked you before. When you were in school, how many hours did you spend learning the Pythagorean theorem? How many hours learning what a mitochondria does? How many hours memorizing the causes of World War I? Now tell me, how many hours did you spend learning how a bank account actually works? How to read a pay stub? What happens to your money when inflation rises by 2%? What a credit score even is, and why it controls more of your life than your GPA ever did? Zero. For most people, absolute zero. So let me say this clearly, and I want it to land. You are not bad with money. You were just never taught. And that is not a small difference. That is everything. Today I'm going to show you what was actually kept from you, why it was kept from you, and what you can do about it starting today. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. The financial system, the banks, the credit card companies, the lending institutions, they make more money when you don't understand how money works. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a business model. Marcus is 22. He gets his first credit card. The limit is $2,000. He thinks of it as free money because he doesn't really understand the difference between credit and cash. He spends $1,800 in 3 months. He pays the minimum each month, $35, because that's all the statement says he has to pay. What nobody told Marcus is that the remaining balance is accruing 24% interest annually. 3 years later, he's paid over $900 in interest alone, on stuff he doesn't even own anymore. Marcus isn't dumb. Marcus was never taught. This is intentional design. The minimum payment exists to keep you in debt longer. The fine print exists to confuse you. The 47-page terms of service exists so you stop reading. Banks spend billions every year on financial products specifically designed for people who weren't given a financial education. Payday loans, rent-to-own furniture, buy now pay later with 30% rates buried in step 4 of checkout. These products don't exist for wealthy people. They exist for people who were never taught better options. Again, not your fault. But now you know. And that changes things. Let's actually do what school never did. Number 1. Income is not wealth. This is the one that destroys the most people in their 20s and 30s. You can earn $80,000 a year and be completely broke. Plenty of people are. Lisa got a corporate job at 24. Made $75,000 her first year. Felt rich. She upgraded her apartment. Got a nicer car. Started eating out almost every night because she could. At 29, she got laid off. She had $400 in savings. 5 years of high income. Zero wealth built. Because nobody had ever explained to her that income is just water flowing into a bucket. And if your bucket has holes, it doesn't matter how fast the water comes in. Wealth is what stays. Income is what arrives. Big difference. Number 2. Your lifestyle should not automatically expand every time your income does. There's a concept called lifestyle inflation. Every time you earn more, you spend more. And you end up in the exact same financial position, just with nicer things. The people who actually build money don't do this. When they get a raise, most of that raise goes somewhere purposeful, savings, investments, debt reduction, before they ever see it in their checking account. Automate it. Make the decision once so you don't have to make it every month. Number 3. Compound interest is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy, and most people let it be the enemy. Einstein allegedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Whether he said that or not, the math is real. Imagine 2 people, both 25. Person A invests $200 a month starting today. Person B says, I'll start when I'm more stable, and begins at 35. By 65, person A has roughly $525,000, assuming a moderate 7% average return. Person B, investing the same $200 a month for 30 years instead of 40, has roughly $243,000. Same amount per month. Same return. $280,000 difference. The only variable? 10 years. Time is the ingredient that can't be bought back. The earlier you understand this, the better. Number 4. An emergency fund is not optional. Most financial stress doesn't come from being broke. It comes from being one unexpected event away from broke, and then that event happens. Car breaks down, medical bill, job loss, roof needs fixing. Without a buffer, these events become catastrophes. With one, they're just inconveniences. The goal is 3 to 6 months of your basic expenses sitting in a savings account you don't touch. Not invested, not risky, just there. Start with $1,000. That alone solves more than half of the common financial emergencies people face. Number 5, debt has different weights, and treating them the same is a mistake. Not all debt is created equal. A mortgage at 3% interest on an asset that appreciates in value is completely different from a credit card at 22% interest on a phone you already lost. High-interest consumer debt is financial quicksand. The faster you eliminate it, the more of your own money actually stays yours. Low-interest debt on appreciating assets, used responsibly, can actually build wealth. The mistake people make is treating both types the same way, either panicking about all debt or being comfortable with all debt. Neither works. Not knowing this stuff isn't just an inconvenience. It has a compounding cost, just like interest, but in reverse. Diana's parents immigrated here when she was 3. They worked incredibly hard, 2 jobs between them for most of her childhood. They didn't invest. They didn't know how. Nobody in their community talked about index funds or retirement accounts. And frankly, they were too exhausted and too busy surviving to research it. They owned a home by the time Diana was in high school. A real asset. But everything else, every dollar above the bills, went into a savings account earning 0.01% interest for 30 years. When Diana sat down with her parents at 65 to look at their finances, she cried. Not because they had failed, because they had worked that hard, been that disciplined, and had been failed by a system that never gave them the tools. The same money, invested in even a basic index fund over those 30 years, would have been worth 4 times more. This isn't about blaming anyone. This is about understanding why the gap between wealthy families and everyone else keeps getting wider. Wealthy families pass down more than money. They pass down knowledge. Conversations at dinner about interest rates and tax strategy and investment accounts. That informal education is worth more than almost anything else they pass down, and most families never have it. But here's what that means for you. You can start that education now, for yourself, and you can be the person who passes it to the people around you. Okay, I'm not going to leave you in the problem. Here's what to actually do, starting this week. Step 1, know your numbers. Most people have a vague relationship with their own finances. Sit down, one time, and write out 3 things. What comes in each month after tax, what goes out in fixed expenses, and what's left. That number, the gap, is your entire financial life right now. You can't improve what you haven't measured. Step 2, kill your highest interest debt first. List every debt you have. Write the balance and the interest rate next to each one. Attack the highest rate debt first, aggressively, while paying minimums on everything else. This is the avalanche method. The math is simple. The faster you eliminate the highest rate debt, the less total money you lose. Step 3, open a retirement account. Even if you can only put in $20. If your employer offers a 401k match, you take every dollar of it. Every single dollar. A match is a 100% return on your investment before the market does anything. There is nothing else in the financial world that gives you that. No employer match. Open a Roth IRA. The money you put in has already been taxed, and when you pull it out in retirement, you pay 0 tax on the growth. On decades of growth. That is a remarkable deal. Step 4, set up automatic transfers. The single biggest reason people don't save is that they wait to see what's left at the end of the month. There's never anything left at the end of the month. So flip the model. The day your paycheck lands, a set amount automatically moves to savings. Before you touch it, before you even see it, pay yourself first. It sounds simple because it is, and it works because you stop making the decision every month. Step 5, invest in a low-cost index fund. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to watch the market. You don't need a financial advisor charging you 1% of your assets every year to tell you to diversify. A total market index fund, or an S&P 500 index fund, gives you ownership in hundreds of companies at once, with fees so low they're almost nothing. You set it. You add to it every month. You don't touch it for decades. That's it. That's what most professional fund managers can't consistently beat. And it's available to anyone. I want to go back to something I said at the start. You are not bad with money. And I want you to actually believe that. Not as a feel-good statement, but as an accurate description of reality. When someone grows up in a house where money is never discussed, where credit cards are used to survive instead of to build, where investing feels like something only rich people do, they don't come out of that knowing how to manage money. Of course they don't. That's not weakness. That's just what happens when you're not taught something. Think about someone learning to swim. If nobody ever put them in the water, never showed them technique, never explained how to float, and then at 30 someone throws them in a pool and says, "Why can't you swim?" You'd immediately recognize how unfair that is. That's money for most people. You were thrown in the pool. Nobody taught you to swim. And then you've spent years believing you're just someone who can't swim. You can swim. You just needed someone to show you. The school system failed you on this. But you don't have to stay there. The information exists. The tools exist. The accounts exist. The path is not complicated. Start with one thing from today. Just one. Check your interest rates. Open that account. Set up that automatic transfer. Not all of it. Just one thing. Today. Because the person who starts imperfectly, right now, always beats the person who waits until they feel ready. You're not behind. You're just beginning. If this hit differently than you expected, share it with one person who needed to hear it. Not to teach them, just to let them know it's not their fault. And if you want to go deeper on any of these concepts, there's more where this came from.